Alright, well, I'm not remaking that, so it's
That's a
just,
lot of
it's
work.
broken. Yeah, it's broken forever.
Alright, I can
Good
sit
job.
here.
This is your fault.
Oh no, I'm off kilter now. God damn it.
This is your fault. You deserve it. Oh!
That's much of a mess. I got revenge for you, don't worry.
Oh, thanks. I feel so much safer now.
Good.
Yeah.
Now we got blood on the set.
There was already
God.
blood on the set.
Yeah, there was already blood. We're kind of stupid. Oh, I set the cactus into orbit. My bad.
Alright, hold on.
Is there a way to zoom with the camera?
I don't know. You
Probably.
think I'm smart? All right, yo, Phoenix, set up the camera. For recording.
Where'd it go?
I ate it.
You ate it?
Yeah. Yolk. You can just eat them for health.
Oh. That's cool.
Alright. Yeah? Yeah, how's that look on your keybind?
1 second. I want to put this in the background just for stupidity.
What? Oh. Oh, a BTR chassis?
That's a VF-105.
It kind of looks like a BTR. Or a
Didn't-
Bartop.
Then Counter-Strike?
Yeah, it's a Counter-Strike model.
Glub, glub, glub. Swimming in the tub. Glub, glub, glub. Alright, I'm seated.
So,
I'm ready.
how does that look? Yeah, it's centered between the two chairs.
My body is ready.
I feel like we need more shit on the table.
How much stuff do you need?
Gun.
Gun, there we go. And we'll upgrade things as we go.
And our good co-host Ramon.
Are you sure that's not fucking Pancho Villa?
No, you should
Same
you
thing.
should have him sitting upside down where his legs are hanging over the back of the chair. His head's like hanging off the bottom, like down here.
If I could pick him up, yeah, it's arrangeable.
It's the Chuck Norris player model.
That's good enough.
Ooh.
Oh, you dropped him. What are you doing?
Because he didn't freeze any of his parts.
There you go. There you go.
And to
That's
get
good.
him all the way on here.
I would actually.
You got his ass in the air like he's ready to be bred.
Hang on. Wait.
Submissive and breedable.
Why is he so heavy?
Chuck Norris, submissive
Oh.
and breedable. Oh my god. You just threw him into the ocean?
Here, I'll fix this.
No, you won't.
Ah,
Yeah.
you bastard!
That's right. Get fucked.
I'm
Alright, we
trying.
need to...
It's fine.
maintain
This
some-
is bloopers. It's fine. Content.
Maximum silliness.
What? What's? Oh, you're also manipulating. I was like, what the fuck?
He's just draped over the invisible chairs.
Yeah. Alright, how's this camera angle, Phoenix?
Good. Let me actually cut to it.
I'll just
Now it
sit back
fucks up the
here, I
vehicle in
guess.
the background because I had the vehicle posed differently here.
Yeah, I was gonna say just drag the vehicle over.
It's just dead bodies in the background.
That's fine.
A little bit more.
I'm just sitting here politely. On the very edge of the fucking, thing. Okay.
Actually, I wonder if we could do this. 1 second.
Let's... There we go. Much better. Maybe. That looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
We'll just sit on a fucking washing machine.
Alright. You done with your Barbie dress up back there?
Sure. Oh. I thought it disabled their thinking.
Ow. Yeah, maybe not. Alright, I'm gonna sit down here, Phoenix. Sit. Alright, we good?
I believe so. I mean, I've just been
There,
recording this whole time anyway, so.
Well.
I disabled the thinking.
Oh, are you the one that has to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although they disappeared.
He's all fucking bloody. His ass has been shot.
I'm not one that thinks a lot. Alright, let's talk about Netflix and their stupid bullshit.
Oh, hi! Welcome to the Bartop podcast. This is episode 6. It's nearly been a year?
Something like that.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, we don't need further introductions.
I chose a terrible player model.
You sure did.
I
You
have
look
no head.
stupid.
Should I change?
It's fine. We'll
No.
roll with it.
We'll figure
Fuck
it
it.
out.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll get some fun mods later down the line.
No, don't tell them that. You're gonna get their expectations up, and we don't want that.
The production value
Oh.
will increase.
Don't
It
have
won't.
any expectations.
Yeah, have as low of expectations as possible.
Yes.
So low you can't be disappointed.
Yes.
Anyway, I want to talk about Netflix and their stupid bullshit. Have you seen what they've been up to lately?
No.
Besides losing money.
Well, so at this point, it seems that they literally just don't give a shit about any of the stuff that they're adapting. Because the producers are getting pissed off with the actors that actually care.
Mm-hmm.
What is this story? Wednesday star Jenna Ortega's rude comments should kill her career, but they won't. The script supervisor thought I was going with something, and then I had to sit down with the writers, and they'd be like, wait, what happened to the scene? And I'd have to go and explain why I couldn't do certain things.
Oh, is this the Witcher chick?
This is something called Wednesday. I don't know what this is.
Oh, the chick Wednesday from the Addams Family, I think yeah, it's the Wednesday series.
Adam Sandler?
No, Addams Family.
Adam Sandler as Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with
Wednesday
names.
Being in a love triangle, it made no sense. There was a line about a dress she has to wear for a school dance, and she says, "Oh my god, I love it. Ugh, I can't believe I said that. I literally hate myself." I had to go, no.
Doesn't she normally wear a dress anyway?
I don't know, but I think it's the issue of, like, her character saying, I hate myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
That's
generally
probably the issue there.
pretty sure she's
And then another, like, just the headline itself. The Witcher showrunner Lauren Hissrich found Henry Cavill really annoying due to his over-enthusiasm to play Geralt.
Yeah, literally him being like very passionate about the whole thing apparently was an issue in trying to
Yeah.
be accurate to the books.
And
God
he got
forbid
so
you're-
fed up with trying to correct them all the time that they just drove him off the show or something.
Yep.
God
It's-
forbid your cast be enthusiastic.
How
there
do
it
these
goes.
people get money? Like, why are you adapting things if you don't actually care about it? Just don't do it. Don't waste everyone's time. Do they just not understand that, like, this is bad business sense? Because sure, you're gonna get like an influx of people in the short term, right? But then they're gonna see what is this goy slop you fed me? I hate this, and then they're never coming back to you again.
Well, look at what's happening with Disney.
What'd they do this time?
Well, just with the whole Marvel series, where literally no one's watching any of the new shit that's coming out.
Oh yeah, no, I don't blame them because most of it is the same thing that it's been for the past decade or two.
They kind of blew their
Nothing's
load with
changed.
fucking was it Endgame and the whole Infinity Stone or Infinity Stone bullshit.
Yeah, because that's like the big ending for all endings. It's like when Halo 3 came out, and then 343 tried to make Halo 4. No, this series is already done, pal.
Yeah.
You can't continue the same story. You got to do something new. You got to make something else here. Like there is no more Mr. Chief, because now you have Mr. Chief and Johnny Rings on TV getting his butthole blown out by the Covenant or something. I I don't understand anymore. I didn't even finish it.
What is it? We have Master Chef, Johnny or what no.
Johnny Rings.
Master Cheeks, Johnny Rings, and then John Halo.
Yeah. You should strive to be John Halo, not Master Cheeks or Johnny Rings.
Master Queef.
Mr. Queef.
Mr. Queef.
Meowster Chief.
This desk is really shiny.
A little bit unsubtly so.
It waxed
Uh,
too well.
See here, we can fix that.
Are you ready to fight the desk? Is that what you're gonna do?
No, he's gonna fucking material it. Oh.
He's fighting the fucking desk now.
This is the best format to fucking do a podcast, and you just fuck around in Gmod. Oh, it's gone now. No more desk.
Back. Put it back.
Oh, now it's a
That's
hologram
decent.
desk.
I'll fuck it.
Oh, it's still shiny again. Oh well. we have the swamp, the algae desk, the mold desk,
The Shrek desk.
the Shrek desk. Oh,
Ooh.
stained glass.
Alright, so, did you guys see Forspoken?
I heard about it.
It's one of those PlayStation exclusives. Is that
Uh,
something that
I've
interests
seen,
you
like-
any?
I've seen like clips of it.
Yeah, I've seen not so flattering clips of it.
Oh god, there he goes.
Have you seen anything good about the game?
I've heard people say that it isn't completely terrible.
I got the Sparks Notes like review of it from Zero Punctuation, so you know how
Oh.
Yahtzee is.
So what I've seen is that it's basically just like a mid game. It's not that great. It's not terrible either. Personally, I don't really care. I'm not a Sony pony, but however, the Sony ponies are out in full force on Twitter, dick writing this game super hard. I've seen them coping and seething for a while now, and I see this new headline here. Forspoken may have had a budget of over $100 million, according to the lead writer.
I mean, the few
Where did
clips
the money go?
from the few clips and screenshots I've seen of like the world design, and I'm like, where did the money go?
Yeah, where did the money go? Because obviously it got wasted.
Solid
I kinda
iron
like
desk.
I kind of dig that. But yeah, where did the
Alright.
money go? Because they just wasted it all.
I cannot make it less shiny. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's probably
I tried.
baked into the model.
Yeah, it is what it is. But no, this is another one of those issues that you see where studios get like full creative reign, and they just don't know what to do, so they just kind of piss about and meander for a while, and then they don't do anything. This is how we got Anthem. Anthem had like full creative reign, right?
Yeah.
They got this big budget, and then they fucking wasted all of it just pissing around. And then they went, "Oh shit! We gotta make something, guys. What do we make?"
But it was also
And then,
it's
then
also
they made Anthem.
it's also one of the early games that was trying to, if I remember correctly, like trying to adopt that live service model where you're always connected online doing shit.
Which, that honestly could have turned out fine, but that wasn't the issue. It was just like they had nobody telling them no. There was nobody to stop them from
Yeah.
doing anything. There was like no lead director to go, "Okay, guys, we have to do something here."
Well,
They
the other issue
they
too is
didn't. What?
the other issue too is it seems like a lot of games these days aren't really made to have fun. Like in recent time for me, like I've been like getting emulators and fucking playing games from like the PS2 and like Xbox 360 era that I didn't get to play at all. That I've been having a blast with. Like it feels like that kind of energy and enthusiasm that you can feel like imbued into those games is just not there anymore. Like all the modern games just feel so like clinical and like dead. They're just designed to extract profit.
More or less, and that comes down to their monetization and I feel like the way the games industry has evolved, it should have stayed more of this niche, however you want to pronounce it, like
Nerdy.
hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nerdy part. Now everybody's grown up and they're like, oh, actually, video games are good. And I'm going to become a video game developer for money because I can make lots of money.
Well, that also is because of the monetary draw. Like, companies are afraid to diversify. Like, that's why we have, like, 20 fucking Call of Duties and fucking 15 Battlefields now, is because they're afraid to break the mold and try new shit. That's why, like, you have people, like, I think they're ex-DICE devs are doing the finals game, and from what I've seen, yeah, it's pretty bog standard in terms of, like, player versus player online service model, but they're at least trying something different. They're, in terms of, instead of just reboot or just making another iteration of an existing IP.
Yeah, that and they're having more creative freedom with it
Yeah.
as well, but not too much in the sense that they just have the whole world in their hands.
Yeah. Fucking.
I think most of what you're going to see in the next few decades, I think you're going to see another big video game crash at some point.
Yeah.
These big companies are going to collapse, hopefully.
Well, I mean, have we
I'm
heard
still
anything? Have we heard anything from Ubisoft since like the last like Assassin's Creed or Ghost Recon?
Not that I. Oh, they're putting out that XD game.
Because I know fucking Rainbow Six
Well,
Extraction basically
XD.
died.
Yeah, that was dead on arrival.
Yeah.
And that's because the extraction game mode was cool as like that one-off event thing for Rainbow Six Siege itself,
But making it its
but
own
it
separate
wasn't
game.
cool as its own game.
They could have kept it as a
You
game
charged
mode
money.
in Rainbow Six.
Yeah, they should have done that.
Yeah. You know, get
You would
actually.
have gotten
You know
more
what?
players that way.
You know what would have made us really fucking happy if you gave us a campaign and co-op modes like the old Rainbow Six games had.
Wow, that's a crazy idea. Who could have come up with that
No,
one?
co-op
Huh?
isn't allowed anymore, guys. You gotta go fight other players online.
No more co-op. You can have terrorists on. Oh wait, we're gonna make that into a warm-up for Pro League.
Yeah, we got rid of the bombers.
No more
Oh.
bombers, guys.
Apparently, they
No, no-
have one upcoming set in Japan, an Assassin's Creed game.
Because that's what we need.
And that's what
I'm
makes
actually
the
kind of
money.
down for that. What's the year?
It doesn't.
Most likely feudal
yeah.
Japan, just like Ghost of Tsushima or fucking.
No. I'm hoping it's more like the late 1860s, early 1870s, where you have like the last samurai
Dealing with
going
like
on.
imperial colonization or influence.
Yeah, I was about to say America never colonized Japan.
Oh, I was talking about like the Dutch and the.
No.
So-
Japan is one of those countries that's never been colonized.
No, I'm not saying
Wait, what do you-
colonization, but it's like the expansion of colonization, like countries like trading with them and giving them like. Fucking,
You mean like influence?
Yeah, the influence, like
Yeah.
providing like
Trading with colonial powers.
yeah, the colonial trade where there's like, hey, we'll give you guns.
That was pretty limited up until like the Dutch, and then
The Dutch
What's
got
his
like a
name?
pretty good foothold in that, if I remember.
wasn't
correctly.
Oliver Hazard Perry. It was another admiral, another Perry.
Until we showed up as well. And we're like,
Yeah.
hey, guess what, fucker? You're gonna give me your shit, and I'm gonna give you my shit. How's that sound? You can't say no to this either.
He basically said, "Trade with us, bitch."
Trade with me, or I will kill you. Super good.
Was it Matthew Perry?
Was it?
I mean,
Was
you have a computer.
That
Oliver
was-
Perry?
It was Commodore Matthew Calbraith Perry, who opened trade with Japan
Yeah,
with
there
the
we go.
Convention of Kanagawa.
Nice.
That's amazing that the Navy back then was allowed to just be fucking diplomats.
Well, quote unquote diplomats.
Something like that. Now you can't
Sure.
even do anything cool.
And then he was,
Uh-oh, I accidentally sunk the North Korean fishing boat. Ooh, international issue.
Oh yeah, by the way, apparently we've had an air-to-air collision with an MQ-8 Reaper
9
and
Reaper
yeah, 9 and
with a SU-27.
yeah.
They were harassing it with
Did you guys actually watch the video for that?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
dumping fuel on it and then accidentally like bumped into it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like, shit. Didn't mean to do that one.
So, do we even have a story on the fucking why the drone was out there doing what it was doing, or no?
Given
No.
it was an unarmed drone, it was probably some variety of surveillance, but that's probably, at least from what I've seen, probably not going to come out for a while.
Because I know from what we've heard or from what we heard, what I've heard and read, is that it was approaching Russian airspace and they were just trying to like get it to go around and move.
Yep.
I guess because they didn't have radio comms.
Yeah, it was still in international
With a drone.
waters.
It was
No,
probably going to skirt either just around the edge or right outside.
Imagine
normal.
having to fucking like land and explain that to your fucking like CEO.
Yeah, I crashed into a fucking drone. It was
You did what?
That guy's celebrating though.
You're the air kill without using anything.
I mean, considering that's a jet they have like a handful of.
I don't think the jet got fucked up too badly though.
Well, I mean, no, but you still air-to-air collision. Like, at least in like Western forces, a collision like that, that's basically career-ending.
Oh, yeah, true.
So,
Well, yes, if we hit our own drone, sure.
well, if you hit anything, like damage a plane in any way, that's still a multi-million-dollar jet, even for the Russians.
What was it? The first female like F-35 pilot, and she crashes like a week later.
They can't fly. They can't drive.
I read something about like some British general for the RAF saying that they didn't have any female F-35 pilots because the helmet was too heavy for them.
How heavy is the helmet?
Huh?
How heavy is the helmet?
I don't know. Let's see.
Let's look that up.
F-35 helmet weight. 2 kilograms. How? How is that?
What is
how
that? What is that to
heavy?
American units?
That's like 4 pounds, dude.
No, that is not right. There's no way.
That's it's like 5.5 pounds. There's no way that's too heavy. I refuse to believe. That guy had to be like just fucking taking the piss. There's no way.
I mean, I've been.
You said 2.5 kilograms? Yeah, that's 5.
Yeah, it's like 2.6.
That's 5 pounds on your head.
Light.
Okay,
that sounds really light
but
helmet,
we also have to keep in mind the concept of what does that feel like when you're pulling fucking G's. Because the amount of weight that you experience when you're, any amount of G-force is going to get multiplied.
Right, but that's like the same.
What is like the J-Max helmet or whatever the fuck it's called that's got the HUD built in for like the F-16?
I don't know. It's about the same weight.
Because that would be comparable. It's 4.2 pounds.
Okay, so it's a little bit heavier.
It's a little bit heavier. I feel like that's I think that's just the case you go into the fucking your Planet Fitness and do those funky ass fucking exercises where you like, what is that one machine that's like a bunch of weights that you just pull on a rope to like lift up the weights through a pulley system? Just like do that, except the head's like the strap is wrapped around your head and you just kind of like rock your head back and forth. And you just build up your neck muscles.
Neck training.
Yeah.
Fucking
get your neck the size of a tree trunk.
Oh my
okay,
God.
pull-ups, but with your neck, and it's with a rope.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be able to hang you afterwards. You're gonna have to take death by firing squad.
You just flex and just break the rope.
I can break this rope.
You can't break that rope.
I can break this rope.
You can't break that rope.
Yeah, Lord. I honestly, I don't have fucking topics. Let me fucking scroll through my fucking Twitter feed, I guess. Or you know what's better? Let's go through the schizo posting of iFunny to see what the news feed is for that.
Oh god.
What am I looking at? Is that it? Is that what I think it is?
There's no
What you
way.
think it is.
No, I was joking.
I'm going to send you something, Phoenix. You need to see this.
No.
Actually, it's going in general shitpost. It's going in shitpost.
Lance Reddick is dead.
Who?
Reddick. Fucking. Oh, fuck. He's Zavala in fucking Destiny. What else has he done?
Yeah, I didn't play Destiny.
He was in the John Wick movie as the fucking dude in the hotel.
The dude in the hotel. That's very specific.
Old boy. He was an old boy. Jesus. Okay. John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick Chapter 3, John Wick Chapter 4.
Well, I guess he's not coming back for Chapter 5.
I was literally just talking about him like a couple of days ago. Holy shit. He was an Aqua Teen Hunger Force? What the fuck? He was Freedom Cobra.
Was he?
Yeah.
Huh.
He did a lot of shit.
The more you know.
He was also in Rick and Morty. He was in the animated Castlevania series.
This is a lot to take in, because this is a lot of stuff that I've not seen.
He also voiced a character in the hit video game 50 Cent Blood on the Sand.
I did play that.
He was Derek Carter.
Definitely a game. That was one of the games of all time.
It was one of the games.
I distinctly remember him being Olivia's boss in fucking Fringe. That's a weird
I'm
TV
gonna keep
show.
it real with you, dog. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a Fringe TV show that not a lot of people know about.
Fringe is a Fringe TV show.
Shit, fuck off. I realized what I said. Damn,
No,
he's fucking dead.
No, it's acceptable.
He's fucking dead. Damn.
Fucking dead.
What did he die from? Damn, my day's
Drug
ruined.
overdose.
Is it like the same thing that closed the pool?
He just passed away, just in his sleep.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonzo, 60 years old.
That's a shame.
Rip in peace.
Rest in piss, never miss.
Rest in pepperoni. I'm trying to find, like, news and stuff.
I put your guys back on your APC, by the way.
So
Oh,
there's a
thank
lot
you.
of hentai.
Well, I put different guys back on the APC.
One of them's doing the stanky leg. I'm having to scroll
They're
through my
having a
phone
party.
because if I alt tab, I'll fuck up the recording.
Yeah, they're just having a little party over there.
It's having a little party.
Just having fun.
Oh, this trend needs to stop. That's
What?
for damn sure. Gym girls. The
Girls
the
in
bitches
gyms?
that go, yeah, the ones that go
Meaner
with like
pigs!
recording equipment, and they start accusing you of like staring at them or something. That's got to stop. I keep seeing this sort of shit pop up on my Twitter feed of like, this woman
fuck?
called this dude out in the gym, and it turns out he was just trying to get
Inclusive
to the
thoughts,
equipment.
Oh, there was a testimony of this one dude who's actually fucking blind and was literally like working on like a piece of equipment.
Oh yeah.
And he's just staring forward as he's doing whatever the fuck he was doing. And this chick comes over and she's like, "You need to stop staring at me." And he goes, I'm blind. I can't see." And she's like, "Whatever," and walks off. And the fucking manager of like the gym comes over and she's like, "We need to be inclusive and this and that. Can you just not like look at people?" And it's just like, think about what it's like. I'm blind.
How is he supposed to know he's looking at anyone?
Yeah, I know. I've seen videos from that guy. He's apparently in a bunch of stuff too.
I've seen one where this chick was like recording something, right? Guy walks behind her. He's trying to get to some piece of equipment. And she's like, "Do we have a problem?" And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Do we have a fucking problem?" And he's like, What is your problem?" It turns out dude was the owner of the gym, and she's like, "Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Get the fuck out of here," and shit like that. And he's like,
How to
"Bro, if you want to keep working at this gym, you better calm the fuck down, you dumb bitch."
get speed running, getting banned from the gym for life.
Yeah, like you don't. This shit has got to stop.
I think some people are just like in this day and age so wrapped up in themselves that like they can't understand that not everything is related to them or involving them.
Yeah, I understand where you're trying to get with that. I want to put it in a different way, like verbiage wise, because like that's something I've run into too. Is that is like it's like if you have a difference of opinion, everyone takes it as a fucking personal attack on their character or their beliefs, and it's like no.
Yeah, it's because they have
I
fucking
simply
main
disagree.
character syndrome.
I simply disagree with you.
Bunboyo, but for middle-aged white people.
Middle-aged white people gotta go. No more.
Yeah, you have to die at like 27.
God, I hope I don't even hit 27. I got four
If
more
only
years
you
left
knew
in
the
me.
horrors that await you.
We got 4 more years left in me, and then I gotta go.
Do you remember who JoJo Siwa is?
I've
Jojo
heard the
Siwa.
name.
Is that the fucking chick?
Apparently
Is that
she's
like
pregnant.
preteen singer chick or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
Didn't she like get in hot water for some shit about a Lamborghini or something a while back?
I don't even know, dog. I don't keep
Dude,
up with her, but
dude, I'm a
someone
fucking
just
boomer
posted
when it
that
comes
she's
to
preggers.
cool. I don't care.
She does not look like she should be a mom in any capacity.
Why did you do that?
Uh, hold on.
What do we do?
He fucking died and just fell into the water.
Oops.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
I guess he wanted to change his player model.
That's okay.
Smooth transition.
We all make silly mistakes.
Oh lord.
I wouldn't say it was a mistake.
I've made grave mistakes.
I'm just trying to find
Well,
fucking
when you
topics
are
right
one.
now.
Being born. The only date I regret is my birth date.
That's because you don't have any others.
Ooh.
You right?
I'm sorry, that was rude. Shouldn't have said that.
That wasn't rude enough.
I should have said more.
Oh yeah, the banks are collapsing.
Good, fuck them. Oh wait, my
Yeah.
money's in the bank. Oh
I'm
god!
just gonna buy
Oh.
night vision. I'm calling it an investment into the future because, brother, future looks pretty fucking dark.
So yeah, night vision is a real fucking rabbit hole to try to get into.
Because everyone's like fucking talking about like the future's digital night vision. Meanwhile, a fucking like PVS 14 like image intensifier tube is still better.
In like every way, yeah.
Yeah. The
Like,
only
even
way
just,
digital
like,
night vision works is if you have a floodlight, and even then, you're just like maybe good.
like night vision is both like a superpower and kind of basically irrelevant. There's been nights when I'm walking around and like under tree cover without like decent moonlight that you just still can't see anything.
Yep.
And then there's nights like the other night it was snowy out and I'm meandering around in the local woods, right?
Hmm.
I have like an okay amount of moonlight, but with that just enough ambient reflection off of the snow, I can see basically fucking everything.
Mhm.
A lot of the footage you see for night vision is actually like right after dusk where it's still actually really bright,
Yeah.
just not really on the
Well, or they're like
intensity
still like in the
spectrum.
suburbs or close to a city, so the light pollution is enough to kind of give a good cast.
Or they're on a like public range that has floodlights of some kind of illumination. Or they will just bring illumination to make their footage look better because kind of
Or it's a
seeing a
full moon.
blob off in the distance isn't very interesting to watch.
Until you start seeing the flashes.
What I'm
And
really excited for is the hybridization like technology where it's like thermal and like night vision being blended together to kind of give you even clearer picture because the contrast you can get with thermal for better
thermal's
identification. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
thermal's an
have
even
that.
bigger fucking rabbit hole, but yeah. I'm interested that Hollow Sun optic that they announced with the fucking built-in thermal. That's it seems really interesting, if not necessarily
I know
at
there's a
all
company
practical.
that has I think they have a scope or some sort of monocular that does the hybridization already. It's not really good because it's literally like two middle ground sensors, but
Yeah, there's
I'm
a
really curious to
couple
see
of them
how
out there.
it gets applied. Also, there's rumors going around that the new M5 rifle is basically going to get dropped anyway.
Well, yeah, that's about what happens every time the army tries to adopt the fucking M14 or the BAR again, basically, because that's basically what they fucking did again.
You know
30
what?
caliber rifle with a 20 round magazine intended for automatic suppressive fire.
You know why it's getting dropped again, though?
Because
Why?
it's a pile of shit.
Well,
Well, it's too
And
heavy. Yeah, that's for
it's
sure.
heavy.
it's
The
expensive.
ballistic performance is not actually all it's cracked up to be.
Terminal
The muzzle
performance.
velocity isn't that high compared to, like
It doesn't achieve
performance
the
556.
penetration they claimed. It doesn't penetrate any better than 308 does already.
Well, it doesn't penetrate any better than 308 does already without the use of a fucking tungsten core. And the issue with that is that China is one of the huge suppliers of tungsten.
Yeah, yeah. We don't have enough of our own tungsten to be able to make the ammunition for it.
I think
Not
there's enough tungsten in the country. We just don't have domestic mining of it. Thanks, EPA.
not to mention like their super special scope system that they were touting about that I was already going I was already had my doubts because I'm like, there's no way this
Yeah,
high tech computerized scope is going to be grunt proof.
I've
But
actually
It's
gotten
not.
to use that. It kind of sucks.
I mean, fucking Magpul's making a system like that seems more like deep like plausible. It's gonna
There's a good
have
chance that if that were to be issued, it would just get turned off like the gyroscopes on Sherman guns were.
fucking well the one of the arguments someone posited was like the semiconductor or the micro basically the computerized components would have to be manufactured either somewhere near China or in China and then shipped to us, which means they just basically get
Yeah,
access to how it works.
Yeah,
although there are a growing number of like microchip and semiconductor manufacturers in the US. There's been a relatively quiet push for that in the last couple of years, with a
Yeah.
lot of them in Colorado
What the fuck?
specifically.
1 second. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm just gonna mute my fucking Discord because I'm getting fucking notifications.
oopsies.
He did a serious fucky wucky, and now he has to go in the forever box.
Alright, note at 37 minutes. Cut out the screen. It's still
Oh
making the bloops.
And the bleeps and the blops.
just tell him to go away.
Here, I might just do this to make it easier on myself. Oh. No, close the console. Go away. Hide all this. You're not allowed to see all this. You didn't see my IP.
Can't you disable like audio streams in OBS?
Uh,
By that I mean you can disable audio streams in OBS. I've done it. I just don't remember how.
I don't have it set up. This was literally a quick and dirty throw together. If anything, I would just say fuck it and they have to deal with Discord notifications.
I've heard podcasts that have worse. So
I mean, literally, I don't know if you've seen any of the old podcasts. It was literally just me capturing the fucking a popped out version of Discord. So just it's our icons in Discord just talking.
Why doesn't the military just take the technology they used for the XM5 and put it in M4s?
because
Just
there's
make
not
hotter
really
5.56 rounds.
because I already did that.
Yeah.
How much hotter?
Isn't like the fucking armor piercing round like pretty hot anyway? On top of being a fucking
Yeah,
penetrating
but
core.
it's not like to the same degree as what the XM5 is doing, where it's using hybrid ammo.
Yeah, well that's an issue in itself because their what was it? A ZSR is having an issue with one of their lots of 7.62 by 51. It's not hybrid in the sense that it's a steel case bottom attached to a brass upper, but it looks like from some of the ammo that they had fail that they crimp the primer like case bottom to the rest of the case.
Right.
And it looks like it's either an overpressure or an outer battery detonation because it's killed like 4 guns now. It's killed a M1A SOCOM from Springfield. It's killed a PTR and it's killed an M57 Zastava.
Huh.
It's literally just like detonated, like fucking barreled out the mag, and like just fucking. And with the SOCOM, it actually caused a couple other rounds to detonate inside the mag.
Oh wait, you said ZTR, right?
ZSR.
ZSR, yeah. That's a Turk shit company. Don't buy that ammo.
It was only. It looks like it's only been restricted to one lot of manufacturers, so it might have just been a QC with that one that one batch.
You better pray. I don't trust that as far as I can throw it, dude.
No, yeah.
I don't trust anything that comes out of Turkey, really.
I'm-
People
well,
that like sit
they're
there and go, "Oh, well, my Canic is good." I'm like, "That's cool, good for you."
their like their shotguns aren't that bad, especially their competition shotguns for like trap and skeet. I will say that they have that down.
Turkish shotgun.
Oh, there he goes again.
What?
If I can just killed himself and fell in the water.
Oops.
I guess he got tired of that player model too.
Yeah. Gotta have something happening on screen.
I mean, you can just go fuck around while we're talking. I mean, honestly, honestly, I say we just fuck around in Gmod while we're talking.
That's also fair.
You
I
wanna do
prefer
that?
the podcast format.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing holding you back from fucking around, though.
Be free. Be wild.
There he goes.
What is going on?
I'll try to avoid making noise.
You're fine.
Have you
As long as you
seen-
don't kill us or destroy the camera, you should be fine.
No.
Well, NPCs are disabled, so
Okay. Well,
Have you seen like Black YouTube?
oh,
I
we're
try
on
to
here.
avoid it.
No, I can't say. Like the only people I watch is like what's it, Preach and Abba, maybe. If you
Yeah, I don't really watch Black YouTube. But I see screenshots every once in a while of like them reacting to just random historical things. I'm just so confused. Wo alla Strassen Enden German soldier song reaction. Like out of all things. Why that?
I know like there's one video that kind of got popular for a bit, like this one dude that was like, it was Motley Crue Kickstart My Heart, and he's like, whoa, what the fuck is this shit? Like listen to white people music.
Motley Crue version?
Or is it Motley Crue? I can't remember now. I'm terrible with names.
Like
Also,
I hate that song.
just in, or not just in, but a couple days ago, like the internet blew up because someone made a shotgun that uses the P90 magazine feed system.
Didn't Calico do that with their
Caltech?
mag?
No,
No, Calico.
the Calico was a helical mag, kind of like the
Yeah.
Bison.
Yeah, they made like their own
Well, so the P90,
weird shotgun.
it's like a horizontal feed magazine, so the bullets are side by side relative to the gun, and then they get rotated by like a bolt. Whereas with like the Bison or the Calico, they're kind of like in a helix, like spiral spring formation.
No. I know how it works. It's just like the fact that it's a weird magazine design.
Yeah. They're two different styles of mag, though.
That's true. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
indeed.
I suppose I should make note of that.
Well, now they know when this is happening.
Well, I
Now
mean,
they
it's
know it's St.
basically
Patrick's Day.
dated.
Yeah, you can see that in the description.
Well, if I upload it today.
If it gets uploaded, ever.
It doesn't. This is a trick. This is not a real
Trap.
podcast.
This is all in your head. Take your pills.
I already did. It turns out they're just
Voices.
sugar pills.
The
My
voices
therapist
won't
was
stop.
actually out to get me the whole time.
Time to go fight the Hat Man.
I picked up the Combine's balls.
Well,
Dude, I wish my therapist would try and fuck me.
I mean, that can be arranged.
I don't have a therapist.
oh, there he goes.
There goes that boy.
We've lost him.
Apparently, France got a new armed vehicle.
Oh,
Was it the
Uh,
Spirab?
Nexter Jaguar EBRC reconnaissance vehicle. Requirement announced in 2014. First prototype in 2018. Series production began in 2020, and it's now in service with the French Army. It's got a 40mm CTAS turret. Acheron ATGM fully integrated. Each one cost 5 million euros.
That's like what, $7?
I wish. You know how many of these things I'd buy if it was only $7? Shit. It's like 8 million each, I think.
I'll have to look into that.
If I were to take a guess. It's interesting to see that IFVs and stuff are just upgunning more and more. Because
Yeah,
there's...
that's one of the things I remember like reading about was like that like big like main battle tanks are probably gonna be phased out for basically like light armored or medium armored trucks with like tow launchers or just quick like easily modifiable or changeable weapon systems. So it'd be like, oh, we just put an anti-aircraft gun on this. We put a heavy caliber machine gun or some sort of autocannon on the top. So it's these cheap, light, somewhat armored vehicles, and that's primarily what you use.
I mean, they've
we
been
get the
saying that for
Striker
decades.
AGS again.
Basically, yeah.
Like, they say all this shit's gonna happen, and then they try to do it, and it fails, and they go, "Oh, it'll work the next time we do it," and then they try to do it, and then it fails, and then
Well, at least for modern combat doctrine these days, like having big tanks is not really feasible. I mean, I know
It is.
the
You just have to use them right.
the conflict in Ukraine is probably not the best example, but like what look at what the most of the vehicles that are being used are. Well, most of the operational vehicles that are still being used out there, it's like armor personnel carriers and fucking like IFEs. Most of the actual MBTs are either been fucking schwacked or not decommissioned, but knocked out due to like malfunction or other factors.
part of
Well,
that is because like Western doctrine has been planning for the Russians to do basically exactly what they did in the event of a third world war, and then when they did the thing, the plans that they essentially had in place for them to do something about that were kind of dry run with all our javelins. Like it was a maneuver that we expected, and then they did the thing, and then the
they got
plan
shit
we
on
had,
for it.
yeah, like it's a known thing that ground in that region gets marshy in the summer, so they were going to have to either take that one road or wait till the winter for an offensive. These are all plans that have been in place since like World War II, essentially. Now we're
Oh,
hitting the point that nobody really knows what's going to happen, and a lot of the doctrine is starting to break down. Mostly because we're running out of javelins.
yeah.
What
It turns out selling off your entire stockpile for pennies on the dollar is not a good idea.
was it? I had a buddy of mine that who's actually in you might know him, Dutch. 67th Armored. He according to him, they basically packed up all their fucking javelins they had in their group and fucking sent it off to Ukraine. And literally, like, the day it crossed over into Ukrainian borders, it got blown up by a fucking Russian strike.
Nice.
All of their javelins.
No javelin for you. Blech.
I've seen some
Yep.
footage of the combat out there. It is a fucking clusterfuck out there.
It's the Somme.
It is literally a disaster.
Like, just even on both sides, be it Russian or fucking Ukrainian, like, there's no organization or fucking standard of training.
There
Well,
is amongst the
standards repel.
Ukrainians for now, but that's
Oh.
getting dwindled real quick.
From the few bits of, like, Ukrainian, like, either head cam or just footage I've seen, it's literally, like, the best way to describe how they handle themselves in certain combat scenarios is literally like like 12-year-olds at an airsoft event where they're just kind of standing around like kind of clueless. The one at least the pretty intensive fucking footage I saw. They're like out in the middle of this fucking forest. It's super fucking foggy. They're taking so from their front in about a 180 or not 180, but like maybe a 120-degree arc. There's enemies in that kind of area.
Yeah.
Enemy's front.
Yeah, a pretty wide front. The guy who I guess he was his helmet cam, he gets tagged in his arm, like a grazing shot.
Doink.
And you can hear him call for a medic, and the medic comes over, and another dude comes over, and they're all like they all have dropped have dropped their guns on the ground and on their knees dealing with this guy. None of them are pulling security at this point when there's guys like less than like 30 meters from them fucking popping shots through the fog. And eventually at some point the guy just I guess he was either exhausted or his leg also got hit or something, but he just like at some point starts crawling like off to his right to this like knocked out BTR and just like throws his gun over to it and starts like crawling, and then gets up pressed up against it, and there's like 4 dudes crowded around him just like talking and like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And eventually some dude, so keep in mind, so enemies are to their front, let's say that's north in this the situation. Some dude just starts aiming to the fucking like southeast and firing, so basically behind them. So this Ukrainian just starts firing at dudes possibly that are friendly or not behind them, while none of them have been pulling security. They're all within like base. All it would take is like one well-placed fucking grenade or like small caliber or diameter mortar, and all of these guys would be fucked up. Hell, in the fucking case of the dude that got injured, he's like laying up against the fucking BTR, like up against the tracks, like sitting on his ass. And one of the guys reaches down and takes one of the mags out of his vest and loads his AK with it, and then just walks off. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, there's a pretty drastic difference in standards of training between like essentially the US, Canada, and usually Great Britain and basically everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
That like you see those goofy ass Chinese and North Korean training videos, and they legitimately think that's good. That's like intimidating and what makes a good soldier, because they
is just blind following commands. Like there was another clip I saw where it was like a small fire team of dudes, and they're like pushing across this field. A fucking mortar lands, like in between 2 dudes. It knocks out the dude in the front. The dude behind on the back side of the mortar impact, I guess, wasn't affected at all. And the other couple dudes have hit the deck, and then they kind of pop their head up and look around. And then they're like leaning over, like checking out the dude that got fucking schwacked for like a good like 30 seconds out in the middle of this fucking field. And eventually one of them runs over, and it turns out to be their fucking squad leader. And he just grabs the radio, and from what I gathered, I guess he was calling in the fact that the squad lead got fucking schwacked by a mortar, and they all just fucking run back the way they came.
Yeah, a lot of these dudes, especially in Ukraine on either side, are conscripts. A lot of them literally don't know what they're doing. They've received, at best, like basic instruction on how to use their weapon and not much else.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them had to like pay for their own fucking equipment.
Yeah, that was a big thing too. Is just the absolute state of like equipment some of these guys have. I think we were talking about it at some point, Dutch, yesterday. Like some of the Russians, like they're running like surplus U.S. camo, like gear.
Yep.
Like it's
I've seen everything.
It's a complete fucking clusterfuck out there.
That's like I'm not saying our military is 100% competent
no.
all around.
No,
but
I've heard.
Holy
plenty
shit!
of
Are we elite, like a skip and a hop and a mile above basically everybody else?
Well, we're quickly approaching that too, because the same dude talking about the what happened to his entire group's like set of or amount of javelins. They're about to go out and do like long-term training and exercises, and no one's getting issued a firearm or any other like major equipment.
That's actually semi-normal.
Like no one, like Not even a fucking rifle for the rifleman.
That's surprisingly normal, actually.
Really? From what he
Yeah.
said, it's like, this is not fucking normal. Like, all the other
It's
trainings and all that shit, we have guns.
it's not normal and it shouldn't be normal, but it's surprisingly normal. A lot of the military leadership is more political than they are war fighting oriented. And a lot of the like you see some goofy bullshit going on with the military, that's some officer like leveraging for a position rather than, hey, this is what we might need to do to prepare for World War III.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean, also, like, his entire thing, like, cause he actually does, like, tanking and shit like that, is like, there's, like, 2 battle-ready tanks.
also surprisingly normal.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
The last ship I was on when I was in the Navy hasn't been underway in greater than a decade
damn.
due to just physical damage to the ship. A lot of ships in the Navy are like 20, 30 years old running off of 70s technology.
Yeah, no,
And
that's even with, like, aircraft, too. Like, fucking half the fucking major commuter flights or commercial flights you fly on are aircraft that are probably 20, 30 years old.
60s and what's even funnier, what's even scarier, more concerning is that 70s era technology is still leagues ahead of what everyone else has.
Yep.
Like, we still, in terms of capability, blow even most of our allies out of the water in terms of our ship's ability to accomplish anything.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to, like, places or countries like China or Russia with their fucking, you can call it a paper tiger facade or chest beating, where they're like, look at our amazing, powerful technology. Whoa, we get fucking spooked. We spend gazillions of dollars on fucking R&D on technology to surpass it, and then it all turns out that it wasn't actually there, and we inadvertently jumped like 2 generations ahead.
Well, part of that just comes to the fact that we have the money to spend and we're trying to theoretically prepare for another war, whereas they don't have the budget. And generally, you fight wars with what you have, not what you want.
Yeah.
So they try the Russian mentality was to stock up as much
Of the
shit
easily
in general as
mass-producible shit
possible
you can get.
because their last major like Hong Kong no shitter like parody enemy war was basically World War II.
Yep. That was their
And
peak.
their experience with that was that they kept running out of everything because despite their stockpile, they just weren't able to produce enough to fight the war.
I don't think it was a case of production. It was either they had a stockpile or they had the production to match. It was getting it to the people that needed it. It was the logistics bottleneck was the issue.
Yeah, they
A
did
lot
not
of
have
it-
very good logistics.
A lot of it was just that in that time span in the war, they had already been in the war for a couple years more, and a lot of their stuff had already been burned through. A lot of their people had already been burned through.
Like
So by
the big issue, like with the tanks and all that, where that like men and rifles took priority in terms of like logistical like train transport. So like fuel, parts, and either additional ammo or variants of ammo for like the tanks, like the T-34s was usually like not as high priority and usually was either forgotten or foregone. So that's why like some of the T-34s had a lot of issues, despite the common saying that there were so many T-34s they would just roll off the line and immediately go to war. It's like, yeah, they rolled off the line, but they only had like 5 fucking shells and just enough fuel to go for a little bit.
That's why they got transported by rail.
Yep.
And Russia still primarily relies on rail to get any of their shit anywhere.
Yep.
So the moment you fuck those up, sure they can repair it quickly because we've been using rail since like the 1800s.
Even older than that, probably.
That's not an issue. We know how to fix railroads. There's even troops that are dedicated just to railroads. But
it's a railroad. It doesn't move. You can just shell it again.
Yeah, it's very easy to just keep fucking hitting that railroad.
Okay, what if railroad, but it has tires?
Wow.
Wow.
What would we
Just
call that? Like a truck?
convoy?
A truck.
A
No, it's
convoy.
it's only kind of a truck, like a semi truck.
Didn't Russia do something like that? Now we have like entire graveyards of just transport trucks in Ukraine right now.
I mean, because trucks are already a soft target, and again, they basically drove down one big ass road in the middle of Ukraine.
I think that was a case of they didn't either have navigational or like maps, like updated maps, or it was a case of if they went off the road, the trucks would probably get stuck.
Oh, a big
I
part of it
it's a
was
mix
that
of
they
both.
had cheap Chinese tires that would blow out if you looked at them funny.
Mm.
They barely had functioning tires as it was. I remember seeing an image of a Pantseer that its tires were just all flat. They were like dry rotted, so they
Well,
had to abandon it.
sitting in cold storage for years isn't actually good for equipment, really.
It's not. They don't actually train with or use their
Well,
equipment.
it's also not cold storage, it's out in the open. One of the biggest things you can do to fucking destroy fucking tires is UV exposure and fucking just exposure to the elements.
Yeah, that's why they just rotted away like that.
Uh, the Russians have a lot of problems, realistically, but
Hell, not to mention, I think it's some of the Russian tanks that they were notorious for the fact that if they sustained like a fucking hit or a jostle or a fucking even like a fucking jump, like if you're in a jump, but like if a decent kind of shock to the chassis, some of the electrical systems could just get disabled.
wow, it's like a Volvo.
Yeah. Well, the Volvo,
Sounds about right.
there's a story to the whole Volvo thing. I think that if what you're talking about is what I'm thinking it is, it was them trying to comply with a U.S. mandate. I think this was from Obama's administration, where
Thanks, Obama.
a certain percentage of the vehicle had to be biodegradable. Um,
So they made the electrical system biodegradable.
they chose a
Yeah.
biodegradable compound for the insulation for the wiring harnesses.
That's a terrible idea.
So right around 10 years, all these vehicles that had been designed to comply with that mandate started having electrical issues because the insulation for the wiring harness had degraded so much it caused shorts and other issues.
Thanks, Obama.
That is great.
That
Big brain
Even
play.
when he's still out of office, he's still fucking me.
oh, don't worry, he'll be fucking you.
Meanwhile,
For a
fucking
long,
Ford
long
is over
time.
here like, we made your plastic panels out of mushrooms.
Huh?
Yeah,
Wait, what kind of mushrooms?
they would basically take these like actual real plastic molds and set them over like a bed of mushrooms, and the mushrooms would grow into
Oh,
the
like
mold.
mycelium.
Yeah, and that would make like your door panels, your plastic door panels, and your like parts of your dash.
Imagine
That
getting
is so
contact high
weird.
off of your door handle,
It's not that mycelium. It doesn't have that.
but it could be.
It's not cow shit mushrooms.
But it could be.
No.
What if it was?
That would be.
Freebasing off of your Ford Focus.
Wow, that'd be crazy.
Whoa, dude. Jamie, pull up the clip.
We just
Whoa,
pull it.
Jamie.
We find a way to edit it and pull it up on that TV on the fucking that fucking shelf over there.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jamie, check this out.
Whoa, man, that's wild. Have you ever done PCP?
Have you ever taken massive amounts of shrooms and then shit yourself in the woods? I have.
Oh, man, have you ever shit in a jar and inhaled it?
Good
It's
lord.
crazy. It does wonders for you.
Dude, my test is at an all-time high.
My balls have never been bigger.
I don't want to
I'm-
think about your balls.
Oh,
It's
you're
too
gonna
late.
see them, don't worry.
It's too late for you. You can't stop
What are you,
thinking
fucking
about them.
Brucey?
Yes.
So, topics to talk about. Oh
I'm
lord.
looking at Milsurp right now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm I'm
I'm
trying to buy
scraping super
fucking
glue off of a screwdriver.
Some Czech M60 stuff.
Nice.
Czechoslovakia was surprisingly pretty cool.
Indeed.
If they were so cool, where are they now?
Czechia and Slovakia.
You mean the Czech Republic?
Yeah, I think it's called Czechia.
You mean Chechnya?
No, Czechia.
I don't think
like a chia pet.
Chia.
Chechnya. I used to have the Donald Trump chia pet because someone bought it for me. Then I got bored and hit it with a hammer.
I would have too, to be honest.
He was mocking
It would have
me.
become target practice.
It was mocking me.
The voices in your head told you to kill it.
So either of you guys read any good books recently, or can either of you even actually read?
You think I can read?
No, I don't.
I haven't read
You're
books,
correct.
but I've read research reports.
What are you
Ooh,
reading?
Anything good?
How to make better body armor.
It's simple.
don't
Just
think you
make
can do it.
more of it.
Well, I have multiple ideas now.
Step 1 is to not get shot.
Well, yeah, step 1, don't get shot.
Yeah.
Don't get acquired. Don't get hit. Don't die.
Yeah,
Use
shoot
milk
first.
cartons.
Rule number 1 of CQB is get that fucking gun up, nerd.
Yeah.
Rule 2 is look cool or die trying.
If you really need to make some expedient body armor, get a couple hardback books, tape them together, and then get some kitchen tiles, and then tape them on top of that, and strap it to your chest, and pray to God.
Honestly, speaking of CQB and stuff, I've seen a lot in the gun community that people have looked at the Ukraine war and went, haha, look at that, see, you don't actually need CQB.
Well,
Like-
And
yeah,
then it's
'cause they're in the
evolved into
forest.
trench warfare, and I'm like, turns out you do need CQB training, look
Whoa.
at that.
And like there was fighting in cities that we didn't see a lot of footage from, but that's all CQB.
Yeah,
Yep.
there was also, like, fighting in the metros.
Oh, fuck.
Fighting
God,
in the
I can-
Metro.
Operation
only
Metro,
imagine how
24
shitty that
hours,
is.
no shotguns.
Metro 2023 Ukraine edition.
That was another thing I remember seeing. I saw footage from like the Russian side where they had captured like a fucking Ukrainian trench, and they literally would just like you'd see like they run up to a little fucking foxhole or like a little like dug in like room that's underground, and there's like a fucking like surrendering Ukrainian, and all they just do is walk up and take the dude's fucking gun and then just walk away, and just leave him there, like in
Well,
the
yeah,
fucking trench and move along.
It's like barely motivated conscripts on both sides.
Yeah.
So the second you have anybody who's ever actually fired a gun before as a fighter, they are significantly more successful.
Yeah, the other thing too is that, like I said before, is like the standardization for equipment is non-existent, and the only way these fuckers identify each other is if they can find a way to stick a patch on their arm, or they wear colored armbands or fucking pieces of tape on their helmets.
That's why all the Russian vehicles started off with Z's on them, because the Russians, somebody at some point processed that the Ukrainians use all the same fucking vehicles and equipment, and we probably need a way to fucking identify ourselves.
Yeah.
There's several other symbols, but yeah, that's the big one that everyone sees. There was also like an O that they would paint on the top of the turret, that's pretty fucking stupid, if you ask me. No one's gonna be looking at the top of the turret.
Well, it might be for aircraft.
And
But they
it was to denote like different sectors of attack.
Yeah.
Well, that might also be to like signify different like detachments or groups too. I think like the Z was a signifier for one major group, like battle group or something like that.
It was.
All I know
And then
is
you
that
have all the other battle groups.
information warfare side of that has to be nuts, because you have combination of like super advanced like radio systems compared to basically dudes sending carrier pigeons.
Well, speaking of super advanced radio systems, most of the radio communications, at least from what we've been able to gather, is literally just unencrypted public channels that you can access with commercial radios.
Yeah. On
which
both sides, actually.
on both sides, which the Ukrainians would find like either like Ukrainian citizens would like surround a couple poor fucking like Russian conscripts and get like their fucking like radio freaks and just start fucking like pumping random bullshit and polluting the radio waves.
The definition of jamming, actually.
Yep. Not to mention also like the poor fucking Russian aviators that are literally being forced to fucking use their equipment and how they are. Because with how the conflict started out, like one of the biggest things to go was GPS guidance, because it's mainly like NATO or US based satellites. So they just enacted a fucking blackout over like Ukraine and fucking Russia. So Russia was forced to buy like non-military commercial grade Garmin GPS units and just like duct tape them, or like get a fucking like car phone mount and stick them to the dash on their aircraft just to get basic navigation.
That's honestly like a fucking huge political fuck up on their end. They should have been preparing for that for a long, long time.
Their own alternate GPS system that's not tied to American GPS systems. I don't know why that wouldn't be more widespread.
Yeah, you would think that they would be more self-sufficient in that aspect, and they're not.
You're pretty much entirely...
The thermal sights for their tanks were being made by France.
Well, yeah, that's because France plays pretty much every side of every war and tries to make as much as they
France
can.
France immediately cut them off once they invaded, but like, that's a huge
they didn't want to lose our money. France has been caught multiple times selling like NATO state secrets to Russia. Like they are as about on a need-to-know basis as you can get for NATO countries right now. Like when we were in France, like we were to basically treat French people as semi-hostile. Like they put up what was supposed to be a radiation detecting device or something.
Yeah.
And we had to set up countermeasures for it. The French are to be trusted militarily.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's not very widely known. I don't think it's classified, though. If it is, that was hearsay, and you can't prove that.
Classified.
I didn't
Don't trust the French.
This isn't
the French are gay frogs.
They've always been gay frogs.
Truth is, they were gay frogs from the start.
Always has been.
Always will be.
I'm gonna have to switch to Twitter and see if I can get better feed that way. What the
Always
fuck?
has been.
Any new pressing news? Twitter?
Not that
Almighty Twitter.
I basically have news turned off on my Twitter feed.
I didn't have any fucking topics prepared.
I had a list and I don't know where it went.
Hashtag Halo 3. Halo 3's trending.
Indeed, why?
Let's find out.
I think it was because the servers, the Xbox servers, came online for like a week.
Huh.
And everyone was like, what the fuck?
Trending in political figures. Cat
This shit is trending from fucking a week ago. How?
Trending for me is Girls Frontline.
I mean, that's a good trending topic.
I played that game for like a week and then I got bored.
Yeah, I immediately stopped.
It's just... I can't get into games like that.
I can't get into any mobile games.
I have this sudden urge to want to produce or manufacture my own BRN 180s at home.
If you do, sell me one.
Or the AR 180s.
I have the desire to produce children.
That's not going to happen.
That's not a desire. That came free with your birth.
Which was, as established, a mistake. You're the reason they invented birth control.
They asked me how well I understood critical race theory. I said I have some critical theories about race. They said, welcome aboard. Oh my fucking god.
Bro, we're out here printing fucking ballistic protection now. What the fuck?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, polyethylene plates are basically made out of
Well,
milk
this
cans.
Hashtag-
this guy made a 2-part bump helmet you can just print in fucking like PLA or yeah PLA plastic, and just like
It's
it's just a
not
picture of him just
ballistic.
like or a video of him just like holding it and just smashing the fuck out of it with a hammer, and it's not cracking.
I mean, like 70-ish% infill and like decent PLA and print settings. I could see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like PLA plus maybe. Let's see here. Trending in business and finance. Hashtag Bitcion. Bitcion. Good job. I'm very, very proud.
Have you considered just killing them?
I have. I tried. Uh, as it turns out, there's like 5,000 people, and I don't quite have that much ammunition right now.
Mm?
Remember, having more than like 2 magazines worth of ammo is considered a stockpile.
Yeah,
What
every
if you
time
hit like 2 people per bullet?
Getting
I mean,
Quicklys.
if we could like get them all to like line up in a line, I could probably see. We could see how many people a single 50 BMG would go through.
I'm willing to bet
It's at
11.
you.
Here, let's Google it. How many people
You're not gonna find an answer.
can
Sport.
a single 50 BMG
Penetrate.
round penetrate?
Assuming a 30-inch barrel. Iowa State is trending apparently. Good for them. Nobody
Is it
cares.
football related?
I Big
I'm
12,
willing to bet it's
so
football.
yeah, it's that football and Slipknot and depression are about the only things in Iowa.
Did you say Slipknot?
Yeah, they're from Des Moines.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Huh, the more you know. I don't know shit about them.
or at least part of them were from Des Moines anyway. I don't think they live in Des Moines anymore because
Yeah, no, I doubt it.
So
why would you live in Des Moines?
assuming like I assume this is based on I don't even know. I'm not even gonna just try to like say what type of fucking ammunition it is for 50 cal, but 100 to 200 yards, the estimation is about 1 inch of steel,
1 inch of rolled homogeneous. All right.
and then
But
about
it's
half
not
an
a
inch.
person.
Yeah, though I can't get a person comparison. I mean, the only way we could probably do that is if I were to like fucking
How
find.
many inches of rolled homogeneous steel is a person equivalent to? Let's find out today on Mythbusters.
Quickly, but let's find some really good simulation mods for Gmod, and we'll figure it out ourselves.
No.
Let's line them up.
We need to get
How many
one of
of
those big
Dutch's
gun
skulls can a
tubers.
357 Magnum go through?
We need to get a big gun tuber and get them like a whole bunch of ballistics dummy labs thingies,
Or just a bunch of
and then
pigs.
yeah, that too, and just shoot them.
And then when we're done, we just take all the pigs and barbecue them.
I'm down with that idea actually.
That sounds pretty tasty.
Lots of pigs.
Pigs. Fuck you,
Death.
vegans.
Death to all boar. Fuck you, boars. Oh, someone pulled this up again. Child sexual abuse by UN peacekeepers.
It happens.
Surprisingly often. You can't trust the UN.
I mean, you can, just not with your children or your tax money.
You just can't trust them. Alright. You fellas want to wrap it up?
I mean, we are at like an hour 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Alright, we'll wrap her up here. We'll say our goodbyes and then we'll just, terrorism. Oh, look, there's a little boat. Goodbye.
Oh,
Goodbye
I
to
like
the
that
boat.
boat.
Burp, burp.
Bye, fellas.
Bye, Svidania.